my dear students, welcome back to our channel Mind Mapping. In our last class, we discussed decomposition reactions. Today, we have taken a topic for you, displacement and double displacement reaction. This is a very good topic. Let's start. Before teaching this displacement reaction, let's learn the reactive series of metals. Please make a note of it and please remember, this is very important. And you see, right from potassium, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, it forms a group. The first group, highly reactive. Then zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, and copper. The second, moderately reactive group. And mercury, and silver, and gold, they are least reactive metals. But here is a question. Whenever we say reactive series of metals, but we have put one non-metal hydrogen here. Many students raise this question because hydrogen forms H plus ion like metals. So it is more reactive than copper. That's why it is placed here. Hydrogen plus hydrogen forms, that is hydrogen ion, H plus ion like metals. So please remember this. So let us apply this reactive, highly reactive metal, moderately reactive, and low reactive, least reactive metals in our reactions. So let me set an example. A strong man can actually displace a weak person. It is a natural phenomenon. It is a natural phenomenon. So let us apply in chemistry. So we have taken 3 examples from your NCERT textbook. The first reaction that is expressed in form of, that is chemical equation, iron plus copper sulfate, 2 reactants. When they react, they form, that is iron sulfate, ferrous sulfate solution, and copper is displaced from copper sulfate. Copper is displaced from copper sulfate by iron. Now compare here. So iron, the position of iron is here, and now copper is here. So iron is highly reactive than copper. So naturally, iron displaces copper from copper sulfate, and copper is obtained. So metal copper is obtained here. Similarly, other 2 examples we have taken zinc plus copper sulfate. Now zinc sulfate and metal copper, 2 products. So now let us compare. Zinc displaces copper. Why? Now the position of zinc, you see, zinc is stronger or highly reactive than your copper. Now look at the position. This decreasing order of reactivity will be useful, will be helpful to understand the concept of displacement reaction. And the third one we have taken, that is lead plus copper chloride. The products are lead chloride plus copper. Now copper is displaced from its compound copper chloride by lead. So let us see the positions. Now lead is here, copper is here. Which one is more reactive? Naturally lead. So lead displaces copper from its compound copper chloride. Now metal copper is formed. So these are the examples of displacement reaction. So we have taken an activity for you. In in 2 test tubes, we have taken copper sulfate solution. So dear students, remember the color of the copper sulfate solution is blue. Now we take 2 iron nails, rub it with the help of sandpaper so that the outer coating will be clean. Now dip the iron nail with the help of steam in test tube B. In test tube B, and keep it for 20 to 25 minutes. Then what will you observe? After 20 to 25 minutes, if you take it away the iron nail, you will observe two things. The blue color fades, mean it has turned into light green due to formation of this ferrous sulfate. Then another observation, the iron nail has been turned, the color has been turned to brownish. Why? Because the metal copper forms a coating around the iron nail. So it looks brown. But there has been no change of color in test tube A because we have not we have not inserted the iron nail into it. Okay. Now you see this experiment or this activity clarifies that ferrous sulfate solution is produced so that it looks light green and metal copper is displaced by iron. So these are about displacement reaction. Now let's come to double displacement reaction. So why it is called double means here exchange of ions takes place or occurs between two reactants. This is the key concept of double displacement reaction. Now look at this example is given in the book in form of an activity. Please read it. Now the exchange of sulfate ion, you see here sulfate ion and chloride ion that interchange or exchange between sodium and barium. As a result, barium sulfate and sodium chloride, two products are formed. Barium sulfate is a white solid. It is called a precipitate. It is insoluble in water. That's why this reaction is otherwise called as a precipitation reaction. And we can say double displacement because of exchange of ions between the two reactants. And another example that we have taken from your activity that has been given in your textbook, that is lead nitrate. Here lead nitrate plus potassium iodide. The two reactants, when they react, they form lead iodide and potassium nitrate. What happens here? So exchange of nitrate ion and iodide ion takes place between the reactants. As a result, lead iodide and potassium nitrate are the two products are formed. So lead iodide is yellow precipitate, yellow solid, insoluble in water. So this is also an example of precipitation reaction. And we can say also double displacement because exchange of ions takes place between the reactants. This is the key concept of double displacement reaction. Hope you have already all understood the basic concept of displacement and double displacement reactions. And stay tuned. In our next class, we shall discuss oxidation, reduction, and redox reactions. Thank you all.